When you boil it down to the detail, you can view slumps as a 5-step cycle. You enter a lose streak, which results in loss of confidence. You keep playing the game, thinking you're doing something right, but in reality you're losing even more confidence. Now you're officially in full slump mode. You start saying all these negative things, start hating your performance, and it's just really not healthy. You are really just setting yourself for a really long slump, which you wanna avoid at all costs. After a while you start caring a lot less about your performance, probably because you've been playing so bad for such a long time that you just don't care anymore. Or maybe a friend or a coach told you that this is actually the reason of why you are slumping in the first place. You care too much. You're gonna start having a lot less mental baggage, and guess what? Before long you will be out of the slump. But why do slumps happen in the first place? As I've already mentioned, it's all because you lack confidence. There could be a direct reason for this. Maybe you bought a new mouse, maybe you are playing a new agent, maybe you wanna try out a new playstyle. The main idea is that you know you did something and it will affect your performance. But there could also be indirect reasons. By indirect I mean changes that you don't really think actually affect you, even though they do. Something like a rank change, for example. Usually when people rank up they are like, damn, I'm in a new rank, people here are gonna play so much better. Even if you already know that the difference isn't that big, there's a chance that subconsciously you are shitting your pants right now. Another indirect reason for losing confidence could be lose streaks. At first you don't really think much about it, but after like 3 or 4 lost games in a row, you really start to doubt your abilities, which obviously means that you lack confidence. But how do we actually prevent slumps altogether? How do we prevent this loss of confidence? If your issue is direct, you gotta give yourself time to adjust to the new settings. That's it. Just give yourself about 1 week where you are just trying out the new stuff you got. If your reason is indirect, then you have to work a little bit harder. You really need to differentiate ranks from actual skill level. If you do this, you're gonna have a much better time. I'm gonna make a whole video about it soon, so stay tuned for that. But in short, rank doesn't actually show the skill level of a player, it only shows the average performance. So even if you see maybe a Radiant player, maybe he can have a bad day. If you are aware of this principle, you should have a much easier time from now on. But if your reason is lose streaks, then all you really need to do is to understand that losing doesn't mean that you lose progress. It actually means that you gain progress. You have something to learn from. So next time you are in a lose streak, instead of being upset at your performance, look at your VODs and see what you actually did wrong. This is the best time to improve. One more thing that you can keep in mind is that you cannot win every single game. Not even pros win every single game. So why should you? You need to allow yourself to fail in order to grow. And you cannot let that failure get to your head. You need to learn from it. As an ending note, I'm gonna tell you the biggest reason why you should avoid slumps. If you are slumping, you cannot focus. And if you cannot focus, you cannot get good practice. The next time you queue up with confidence.